Welcome back to episode 1 of March to the West. Looks like we'll be extending inland quickly. Looks like we're going to extend to the far north of the map, the far southwest. Essentially everywhere, I think, yeah. There looks to be a bonus objective up here. There's an armored train about. That's probably... that Tiger will be able to handle the armored train, at least one would think. I'm still not sure I'm going to run that Tiger, but we'll find out. I had been thinking that the train would have heavy guns, which would damage the Tiger tank and cost you the limited stock, but not apparently so. A bonus objective up to the far northeast. Actually, quite a bit about. I think probably a prestige bay. These hexes here look to be fuel processing, limited munitions, and sanitation. I'm not sure what we get. A strength replenish in next scenario. 2 commendation points for the train. Well, we'll probably end up doing it all. We'll find out. Looks like we have this deployment zone. Looks like they want the main effort up here to the west, and then the rest up this way. The air sounds there, but not too terribly potent, perhaps. Sorties and occasional Luftwaffe intervention. Alright, here it is. I checked this, I clicked through this yesterday. I got an ignores entrenchment hero, which is S tier. I don't really know what these things are, but I'm pretty sure I don't need them, so I'll save my commendation points. But this, on the other hand, is a very potent hero. Not exactly sure what to do with it. I have some units in reserve that I sort of have just because. I suppose could repair them and then disband them if I wanted to or whatnot. Okay, so we have more slots available, and we have what sort of upgrades here? Let's see. Same tanks here, there. So no new upgrades except this, and I've lost the ability to create standard bombers, which I had last scenario, but oddly enough are no longer available. I have these from my, what I imagine are industrial connections, and I have these fighters here as well, which are very potent, but limited in stock. And these things, they're not that much more potent than the P-38G Lightning, and they have less range, but they are more potent. They have a 14 air defense and a 15 air attack. So let's take a look here. It's not really as big a map as all that, but it really is sort of, it's mid-range, large, medium. It's a medium-sized to large map. Looks like we have a 38E, which is decent plane. We have a couple of auxiliary units here, airborne and rangers. We have no airborne slots though, so. And we have this tank as well. Our core units here, let's see, 38A3 and Sherman. I would swear I upgraded this Sherman last, maybe I was thinking about it or something, I don't really know. So 4 slots here. And 4 slots there, 7 slots, and limited for my Tiger. The Tiger has what? 25 ground defense, yeah. That's what it has all run. I don't know why they've given us the Tiger, but I wonder whether whether I can do without it. It's a slot-heavy thing. In theory, we have this Wolverine, which has a 23 heart attack. And we'll be able to damage whatever it is the Tiger could damage. It's just not going to be quite as sturdy. So, I mean, the Tiger's sturdy, and I've given myself that field repairs hero, which is sort of dirty pool relative to the Tiger. So maybe I'll just not use it and not worry about it either. Because if I build a Tiger, I'll inevitably end up putting that field repairs hero that I gave myself onto the thing. The contraption is really slot heavy as well. And if you capture, it's gonna switch the game, or my stance, into overrun everything from encircle and capture. And overrun everything is fine if you have like 3 stars of experience or more. But with this low experience level and a big fat Tiger tank at 14 slots for overstrength, it'll probably not work out well. I mean, it'll probably work, but I don't believe it'll be quite as efficient as, number one, I won't be getting experience with these units here, and I couldn't put out another fighter or anti-air or whatnot, or overstrength my infantry. So I think it's a nice unit, but even if I were to just go all in with efficiency, or deploying the most efficient force relative to this point in time, I'm not sure that thing is it. So we'll just stay away from it for now. So we have 3 upgrades. I'm going to turn the Sherman, on the other hand, into the M4A3 with a 22 heart attack, soft attack, decent heart attack, good initiative, and decent ground defense. So now we have 2 of these things. Alright, there's 1 upgrade. Okay. We have the same wheeled recon cars, and we have these prototypes as well. This, it's a lot of slots there, alright. What's our captured material levels here? We have, not much. So maybe we'll just stay with what we have. My anti-tank has very little experience, although we have the camouflage hero now. I think it'll probably be getting some. I would wager that these recon cars top out and then get converted into a anti-tank or whatnot before this anti-tank gets enough experience to be useful as an anti-tank. Well, it's useful, but not 2 and 3 stars worth of useful, but we'll find out. Along those lines, I wonder if I should up my game to a higher, just buy more of them. I'm gonna buy another core recon car here. See about deploying it. Okay, so we could go over strength on our artillery so it doesn't get destroyed, but maybe we'll not do that. Maybe we'll just not get it into too much trouble. That leaves a few slots. What if we were to buy another one of our glorious fighters? Overstrength it fully like that. We have some auxiliary slots, which I'm going to use right now to buy some scout planes. I'll take 2. So we have that as well. And let's see, we have a tank here, oddly enough, and infantry here. So these infantry can head up this road over this way here. This tank, alright. And then this area we have has the briefing detailed the generally open terrain here, and the mountain is over here. So we'll grab a couple of recon cars here because we can send them out and not worry too terribly much about losing them. And then maybe an infantry of one variety or other. Wow. Those are pricey, all right. Let's see, move 3, move 2, move 2, move 3, move 3. I was thinking of a heavy infantry with an organic transport. The wheeled here for hills is 4, and the half track is 2, so they can move about through these hills and form encirclements, which could pay for the higher order half track with a heavy or just standard infantry, really. And then the standard infantry can forced march as well. I was thinking maybe putting a half track on a standard infantry, and then we can't, yeah, we're stuck at minimum value, which is essentially fine. We'll do that, I think. And that forced march can maybe get 1 extra pip of movement, which can get him onto a hill, which can encircle the enemy and suppress, and thereby making it actually more effective than this heavy infantry for less cost. So we'll do that, yeah. So I painted my auxiliary units this puke green color. And for whatever reason, I got into the habit of painting my scout planes this lavender color, so I have some of those, and then we can place the rest. So in theory, right, our artillery should head up here. And let's see, we have the city. We can encircle it and attack into it with an ignores entrenchment tank at some point once it's properly suppressed, or bombarded, or strafed, etc. away. The same can be said really for this mountainous terrain here, and well, the city there as well. Whatever is here, who knows really, but it's not an objective per se. So let's place that unit. This is the surrender tank. It has the envelopment hero, and we'll put the ignores entrenchment there, and the ignores entrenchment, yeah, there. So I repainted this just sort of brownish, a British brown, in fact. These are core, so they're good. This one has the distraction hero, camouflage anti-tank, so all we need to do is place them. So I was thinking on sending the artillery up this way because of these hills and probable encounter with enemy infantry up that way. Sending both artillery in that direction is probably not the best of ideas, really. So maybe I'll send we have 20 turns, but waiting for the suppression to tick up can get tedious. Takes some time for it to happen, and there are 4 locations right here and counting, really. So maybe we'll keep this fragile one here, and we'll get the actually that's less true than we'll send the mobile one here so we can form encirclements by splitting it. It has the tracks, so we can maneuver this terrain assuming we're not attacked. That's the thing, assuming we're not attacked. But We'll get there. So we're going to send this camouflaged anti-tank forward. We'll send, let's see here. Send our distraction man forward there as well. We'll get some of these more disposable auxiliaries forward toward the mountains. We'll have this one. And then place this recon, say, where is that? Here. We'll get another there. We want a tank though, don't we? Yeah. Let's get this surrender envelopment tank forward. Our ignores entrenchment man will bring up the rear. We can have our pioneer like so. These guys like that. I don't want to be harassed in the hills, so we're going to send our anti-air up that way. I wonder really. Let's see. We have this dodge. We can't have a half-track because it costs a point, and that's the size of that. Okay, let's place you here. Get a core recon up this way. Yeah, why not? We'll send one there. We'll send you here. You get there. Let's place these fighters. We'll get one of the new guy off this way. We'll send a scout there as well. We'll get here, there, and there. That'll do it. Alrighty, there's that train, alright. So that anti-tank is actually a 38 flak. It's not really all that good at what it does. In theory, we could go up and do some damage to it. In fact, if we applied some suppression, we might be able to surrender the thing with our surrender tank. Let's see, what would happen if we went like that? Probably nothing, but we'll find out. Say what's up here. I see. We found some prestige that we get to repay. Not much though. Let's find out what's up here as well. We went right over that airbase. We sure did. We rolled or flew right over that airbase. Looks like there's an anti-tank on this mountain. Artillery, infantry. Okay, so nothing really striking there per se. Let's see here, 2 and 3, 0 and 7. They're essentially the same unit, I think. One has ignores entrenchment. You have a full star? Not yet, though, so the ignores entrenchment seems to be making a huge difference. Okay, let's 1 and 2, so we don't need damage. We can send you up for 1, 2. You have anti-tank or what kind of support? Let's see. No support, but a heart attack of 17, so a fair clip of damage the thing will deal out. Okay. Looks like we only have one auxiliary recon car here. And, okay, so let's send you up this way, that way. We found another anti-tank. So what happens now? 2 and 3 still, I see. If we can get a unit here, we can encircle this whole lot. And I'm pretty sure that we can get a unit there. We can't? Oh, we're stuck. We're not really stuck, though. Just looks that way. We're still stuck? How is that a thing? This unit can't move 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, we can, though. We can move there. The perimeter control opened up. The avenue here. We can get our camouflaged anti-tank forward, but do we really care? I can't say as we do care about camouflage in this particular group. Unless we can get our tank there, which is really all the better. Then we can utilize our camouflage as well. So if we go here, we're not doing much. Here, not much. Here, on the other hand, it seems quite... it's a supply hex right there. So we need to do away with this supply man immediately. So no encirclement. This thing can move. It's still affected by our zone of control, which is good news. And I think that we can do away with this supply hex. Let's see. To be an anti-air infantry. We don't know what's here, but it said something about armor. What happens here? 0, 3, 0, 2, 2, 3. I think we could overrun this. I say we're straight up overrunning it, which is good. Oh, I want to overrun my artillery for, though. I'd rather surrender it. So let's go. Let's get our recon up this way, and then say up here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then we can get here if we like. Can draw this tank in and then anti-tank it to death, which seems like a decent enough plan. We'll get some more reconnaissance. We're stuck there? Okay, well, that's nice. There's no problem. Okay, so this wheeled movement on the road should be just normal movement, but it's not. And that's fine, that's fine. What we do need to do is figure out... Well, there it is. Well, so you can go like this, and then phased with meticulous planning, an extra movement point out, and then you can go here and pop this guy like so, and he's happy there. He's happy. I don't think he's gonna be quite as happy as all that shortly. Question is, how many units are on this board? Where are they, and how much prestige are you worth, and will you surrender? It doesn't say anything about no surrender. Aha, 2 and 10. No. 200 prestige. Not really all that much. We don't need those parts. Boom. These parts, is not really bad, I suppose. Range 3, soft attack, hard attack. It's really nothing better than what we have, other than one more range, but it costs, I believe, one more slot. So in this case, our 75mm seems to be a better choice, as it has about the same characteristics. We can move and deploy and attack. We have 6 ammo. So why worry? And this thing is worth 150 prestige, which is not much relative to what we don't know. So we can proceed and get a lot of these characters off the board, let's say. So what else do we have? We can move forward or not. We can thump this guy. Or we could bomb him. There are other things to bomb, really, as it's not really taking all that much damage. And then we can get out of this close terrain. And where? This one has moved out. This recon has moved out. You've moved. They may attack this recon car, but I'm hoping this tank will come screaming down here and want some of our core. Well, I'm not sure that's going to happen. Okay, so 6-2. We just get one more point on this character. We could surrender him, get him off the board. Let's see, 3 points there. Why burn the chance for some experience? How much is this worth? 160, not much. Let's loose on this guy, overrun him, and get 4-3 like so. Boom. So now this train here will be, in theory, have 6 suppression next turn, which means we'll need 4 points on it, which seems doable. Okay. Let's juice this anti-tank weapon here. Boom. And carry on. I don't see any armor here, although they say there is some here. We do see one here. It's not really good at what it does. We don't know what's here. So if this thing wants to come down and attack, I say more power to it. We're gonna taking 1 point there. Wonder what would happen. Nothing. These guys have moved out. We could go forward here, move our anti-tank like so, and then move our fighter. We can apply another pip of damage here, maybe even 3 points of suppression there, so that'll make it 9 of 11, or 7 of 11 at the beginning of next turn. So we're moved out here, and these guys are we're not quite moved out as yet. So where are we going? This is let's go here. That's the direction we're going to go, so we'll go in that to the west. 9 points. This is 75mm. We have one. I was thinking that 9 points would turn to 10. It will turn to 10. And not mince words with this character here either. Grab some experience. 7. I see. We could have gone up here and rousted this anti-tank. We're in no particular hurry, though. At least that's the story we'll send back to General Patton. Let's see here. We'll roll up here. And I could make this thing surrenderable. The problem is actually doing the surrender. But we could grab some prestige when this thing repairs. The problem really is getting this character here encircled, which is, I think, easier said than done. It's not so much so, but luckily we have meticulous planning, or we would only have a 9 ground defense, which would be in the close, which would be 1, which would be very bad, relatively speaking, because we would be a hard target. As that doesn't really make much of a difference relative to our close defense rating, though, which is 2. So to cut to the chase here, I think we should suppress this guy and get him off the board as quickly as possible. We can drop scrape that character as well. We'll roll up here. That is the end of the turn. Been promoted. How have we done it? I don't know. I took a truckload of points on my Wolverine anti-tank weapon. Somehow they discovered its position. This recon car. I think that must be an F variety tactical bomber there. Well, yeah, aiming assistance, that's sort of something you'd want on a recon car. Aiming assistance, you have to be, I suppose you can be behind the attacker, but really you want to keep your anti-tank camouflaged, and aiming assist, that sort of precludes or eliminates maybe 50% of the opportunities, because you'd have to get an anti-tank next to some other enemy unit and then it would be seen. But this, as I was commenting on earlier, anti-tanks generally have a problem with experience. So if we keep the same unit, we get the heart attack boni and whatnot, as opposed to replacing it with a recon car, it'll be a bonus for us. So that's the rationale there. What is that though? Yeah, 190F. So this 190F is going to have to disappear. That's, oh, apparently, okay, so it's protected by a 109G, I see. Okay. And those 109Gs are not here to play, it would seem. 4 and 5. 4 and 5, and 4 and 3. So if we go like that, 4 and 3, 4 and 1, 4 and 5. Can put you away. 3 and 4, 4 and 1. We'll pay here to replace. We'll just leave this 190G there. Seems not really much that we can do about it in any meaningful way. Okay, so our train here has 7 suppression. It's taken the supply hex back. We need 3 points on it. There's no points. 3 points. Okay. And you? 5 points. You? 5 points as well. Perhaps we could split you like so and do that 3 points. Moving you forward like so. And then this thing can move where exactly? Nowhere. Boom. Done it. Okay, this guy came up. We could go and maybe overrun him. Overrun him. Surrender him. We could surrender you as well, which would be a good thing. Okay, so if we go up here, we'll do 5 points, 10 points. Is it real? It's real enough. Why not? We'll surrender this unit here like so. Okay, so we have used, I say 6 points there. Let's leave that alone for a minute. And we'll see about what goes on here. 8 points, we need 3 on him. That's it. Oh, okay. That's an aggressive anti-tank. Why is he so aggressive? He just sort of is. But he is worth 270 prestige, as is this character here, worth a fair clip as well. So there's no rush per se. Let's see, what if we split you? And, okay, so you can go up here. Why we want to do that, we don't really, though. We can go here. Undeploy. 5-1's ugly for that contraption. All we need really to do is get forward, say here. And again, we need 3 points on this guy. We have 4. He should surrender. He has. We can get moving here. Our poor auxiliary recon car here is going to take a bath. Other than maybe not so much so. So we'll merge back up there on general principle. Let's see where to go. How far to proceed? I suppose we would want to get you up here. Why not do that? We'll go here, get in a position where we can get on that mountain. In theory, we could get you forward there as well. There's no one here to interdict, so we can. I wonder if we could just. We can do a lot of things. Why not go here? We'll get here as well. We'll get here as well. He's going to attack and do not much and not much, so we can go like that. We get here, no hurry. Get back here as well. And then we have our reconnaissance plane. We'll get that prepared up. Okay, so we can move over this way, get this guy off of our flank there. Let's just grab some experience. We'll overrun this character with our tank. 1 and 9. I wonder, I'm pretty sure we can go up here and 110 this guy, which is good for me. Grab that flag. Now this guy will come down if we retreat into this close terrain, so unfortunately we're probably going to be bombed. we don't mind. I would bet we can get up around the back end of this character here. Can we put him down? 1-6. I think we can. We can probably surrender that guy. Not much ado, really. We'll get here. We can get right there. Eight points. Okay, so how much are you doing? 1-3. And this we need 7 points on this. Actually, we need 5 points. Well, why worry? And we'll roll forward there. Whenever I have a camouflage unit on the field, it's a great joy in eliminating any given recon car. Let's paint this guy up so we know that it's a tactical bomber capable of causing all sorts of havoc. So you can then merge. I think this unit can repair, and then you could merge up there. You could take this base back here and swing over this way. This unit, let's get back in this direction. And we can also proceed over here. So we need to take these 2 victory hexes, and there's one other here. There's a fighter 190A. Paint him a nice bright blue so I can keep track of him. That looks like the end of the turn. I'm almost sure of it. I am, in fact. Bombed. So this fellow here has stepped up. That is a mistake so far as I can tell. Yeah, he's not going to fare very well, especially after we dose him with this artillery. We'll figure all that out in the next episode. Let's see here. We have that surely surrenderable, and then probably mostly destroyed. But we'll take some damage. Luckily, we have learns from mistakes. We need to down this thing. Looks like we sort of can. Yeah. And then forward this way. That's going to do it. I hope to see you in the next one.